Yeah, I thought he was.
She's gonna be up here, so no. So you just have to give people the card.
Are you here? Good.
Go ahead and put the camera up there.
This is not 310 degrees in here.
Yeah, you're right. Probably the benefit of doing it week 2 instead of week 1.
Yeah.
Because last week it was pretty hot.
Yeah, it was. What is this? Shorty shorts.
It's
Carson
yeah.
Smith.
They're all in short shorts.
Oh, wow. Dude,
Who is that?
is that not?
Hello and welcome to Fort Gibson Tigers.tv. We are live here at the Leo Donahue in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. I'm Hayden Hackworth, along the one, the only Bruce French, bringing you this broadcast tonight as it's football time here. Back in the fort after a Week 1 loss to the Talcott Tigers, a top-tier team in 5A, has become back ready for action against a number very well-ranked team in 3A, the Berryhill.
Yeah, a long storied tradition. I was just driving over thinking about Ron Davis is on staff here, just a technician supreme. I mean, he's a great football mind, and known him for a long time, and he's gonna do a good job. He's gonna have him ready.
And we're about to have the national anthem sang by a very talented student in Kiara Miller. What a stellar performance.
Knocked it out. She knocked it out.
I'll tell you what, Fort Gibson never is lacking talent to sing the national anthem.
No, they're not. They're not. And man, what a beautiful evening for high school football, right?
Yeah, it truly is. I mean, I remember we've had nights on our first time went upers where everyone and people in the stands were drenched, and can't imagine having to stay hydrated down in the field and the conditioning that takes. But tonight, like you said, a beautiful night.
Yeah, I was walking by here. Oh, it was the week, I guess, before the second scrimmage, and my goodness, I walked out on that turf and it was so hot. It was unbelievable. Probably 125 degrees out there.
Yeah, I saw right at the beginning of, or I'd say middle of August, where they had one of the temperatures down on the turf, and it was up to 137.
Yeah.
So we're glad it's not that tonight. We're glad it's not that in the press box.
You better believe it. That's right. That's right, because I'm old and soft. Anyway, Fort Gibson Tigers looking for the first win. Like you said, 5A Tahlequah. It's a tough start in Tahlequah, ranked number 8?
Yeah, 8.
5A,
and then Berryhill in the top 5. 3A.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Then, of course, next week, Wagner Bulldogs and those guys are. I think they're better than they were last year, and they were pretty good last year. So it's not an easy non-district road for these Fort Gibson Tigers, but I can tell you this: coaches will have them prepared. And we'll just see what happens. What happens tonight.
And a few of those guys, as you know, Fort Gibson Tigers, they're going to run the ball. And one of those guys we're going to be looking on is Jesse Rudd. Tavion Woodworth, those two running back by committee. And last week, those two totaled 51 carries, combined over 200 yards. Woodworth alone had 171 yards. Jesse Rudd had 74 yards, both having 2 touchdowns, 1 apiece. And that's something Fort Gibson's always has prided themselves on, is be able to run the football first. And if you can win the game by running the football, you run the football. And tonight we're having a different look. Last week it was Cameron Dornan getting the start under center, but tonight we'll be looking at some new legs under center. It'll be the freshman getting the start, Cole Mahaney getting the start tonight to go along with that running backs in the backfield with Woodward and Rudd.
Yeah, I remember watching him last season, 8th grader, thinking, this kid's going to be pretty good. And, I think he's a good athlete. Did not expect to see him second game of the season, varsity squad, but I think he'll, the thing about a freshman, you may take a few lumps with a freshman, but you got him back for 3 years. He's going to be a seasoned veteran by the time he's a senior, and so there's always that upside too.
And last time we saw a freshman quarterback get a start was, I believe, back in 2013. A guy named J.R. Singleton.
Yeah.
And then his senior year, up and down, torn ACL, came back, still had an excellent season, one of the better seasons we've seen here at the Leo. But like you said, nothing can be more developed and more experienced than having a senior leader. And right now, I think I counted over 10 seniors earlier. And this is something that this team, Fort Gibson, has lacked over the last few years, because we had guys moving away. And this is huge, because these guys, Carson Austin, Carson Ladd, just all down the roster, you have seniors. Both our running backs are seniors, so experience is definitely on this Fort Gibson Tiger team.
Yeah, it's a good senior class. You mentioned those two senior running backs. I would say those guys got to be ranked right up in the top in northeastern Oklahoma, both of them.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them are good running backs, and just going to have to be able to throw the ball a little bit to keep the defense at least honest, keep from stacking 8 in that box on every down.
And one thing is, like we said earlier, we've seen this offense take different shapes and forms over the last 5 to 6 years. But like we said earlier in the broadcast, this is a team that we're going to run the ball as our first and second option.
Sure, that's right. That's right. If you can just throw it just to make them back off a little bit. Little tight end crossing route, something safe, tight end back out, something like that. That's safe for the freshman quarterback. Boy, it helps so much.
And we have seen a team here in northeastern Oklahoma in the 4A level that has made a living and made a dynasty off of that. And Wagner, and the counters, the traps. However, little differences in both teams, obviously. But I think what Coach Whiteley's starting to do here is to take that shape and kind of turn it into what they do, trying to get their athletes and mix them in a variety of ways at running back with, not just the 2 running backs, but also the speed they have at receiver with Codell Ford, with Connor Brown. So I think Wiley's trying to be very creative of how he's getting these guys involved and using his playmakers.
That's right. The more you can spread it out, the better it is too. And it's just I'm excited to see this offense and how the little freshman runs it tonight.
Yeah. like to thank our sponsors for the night. Our sponsors bringing this broadcast are Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, the Tiger's Den, Scott Abbott with Muskogee County Farm Bureau, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center.
Yeah, Berryhill, I remember, oh my gosh, Coach Gary Harper, who played at the University of Oklahoma and was a good player at the University of Oklahoma, led that team. So they state championship in the 2000 last season, right?
Yeah,
State
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of tradition there, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight.
And I think when people look at our schedule over the last few years and they see, 5-6 last year, went to the playoffs, got beat out first round by Wagner, they think, man, we're just not having a lot of winning seasons. But when you look at the non-conference and the conference, how loaded the schedule is, no other team is playing 3 teams as difficult as Fort Gibson is, and they're non-conference. You're coming out, you're hitting, like we said, top 10 5A, top 5 3A, top 5 4A.
That's right.
And then you're going on and playing a really solid conference. And you got Hildale, you got Broken Bow. I think is Metro still in our conference?
I do not think so.
Okay, so we don't have Metro anymore. We still have really solid teams in our conference.
Oh yeah. Well, you look, again, like you said, Poto's just reloaded and reloaded.
Yeah.
Broken Bow for the past 3 years has looked more like the old Broken Bow. There, they had a couple of down years.
I even forgot about Poto, so I'm glad you said Poto.
Oh yeah, Poto's they're going to be right in the thick of it. You can bet on that. So yeah, the schedule is not easy at all.
At all.
Not at all. So we got the coin toss. And I just can't. Boy, it's just such a nice night.
It is a great night for football.
A little north breeze, it seems like.
Captains for the Tigers are Connor Brown, Codell Ford, Tavian Woodworth, and Jesse Rudd.
Yeah, 4 pretty good guys. 4 guys you like to have on your team standing out there right now.
I think one of my favorite things about doing these broadcasts year after year, and I didn't get to do it last year. I didn't get to watch a whole lot of Fort Gibson football last year, but I remember watching these seniors their sophomore year, and we talked about just how good Jesse Rudd was then and how good Tavian Woodworth could be.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing it take full form.
Yeah. Jesse had kind of a nagging injury last year that pushed Woodworth into probably more carries than Coach Wiley wanted him to have, and maybe more than he wanted to have.
Yeah.
But he decided to carry the mail last year.
And that's what he did last week, 27 carries for Woodworth and 18 for Rudd.
Yeah. Those guys always fill out. They just look like, well, they are different. I mean, but they just look like different players from their junior to their senior year. All of them put on a little muscle and just look better in uniform.
One of the things last week against Tahlequah, this Tiger team really struggled was winning that battle up front in the trenches, right in that box. Like we said, they're a team that wants to establish their brand of football by running the ball. And the first thing as a coach is you've got to win the line of scrimmage, the battle of the line of scrimmage, and then not turn the ball over.
That's right.
You said earlier, if we can just get some play action passes here and there, get that defense to open up, not be able to stack as many in the box, we can live with that. However, I think last week we threw 2 picks, kind of just on jump balls. They just sailed them forever in the air. And that's one thing, winning the line of scrimmage and taking care of the football. I don't care what sport it is. In any sport where you have a live transition period, you've got to take care of the ball.
That's right. That's exactly right. Ball security is prime. We have where I go to church, Quita's head football coach moved in from Arkansas. Really good guy, nice guy, and last week I think it was 27-0 at halftime. He was second guessing himself. He's like, boy, I don't know if I made a good decision or not. Quita was down to Wagner, and Quita comes back out and I think scores 21 unanswered, and makes it a game that they had a chance to win.
Yeah.
So you know, I mean, Wagner, he was very impressed with Wagner, but this team just, they need a win. They need something to help them believe in themselves.
Here come the Tigers out in the middle of the field.
And a win tonight would go a long way to help that cause.
And how about, you know, Wagner, former Bulldog, Malcolm Rodriguez now, played a lot last year for Oklahoma State Cowboys, now starting at middle linebacker, or outside linebacker, I believe, for the Cowboys.
He was an athlete. He was a hoss.
I mean, he went from being a good defensive back to a quarterback who just handed the ball his sophomore year to being an absolute playmaker his senior year and a great defensive player. And obviously, it's why he's playing Division I football at a high level.
Yeah, and that's why Wagner had the success they had. So the Tigers will be kicking to the south end zone.
Both teams on the field. Tigers sporting the red and white jerseys as the home team.
Zan Hazen doing the kicking honors this year.
Head coach for Berryhill, Pat Harper, and the head coach for Fort Gibson, Greg Whiteley.
Yeah, see Coach Davis standing over there, man. I don't even know how many years he's coached. I don't even know. A bunch. Looks like it's going to be a pooch kick. Get this thing started. And that's going to be in the hole.
It's going to roll, yeah.
Oh, boy. Coverage kind of ran by it that time, allowed a better than hoped for return.
They're going to mark him at the 39-yard line. As Jake Miller, the quarterback leading out Berryhill, last week had a great week, 11 for 17, 237 yards in the air with 2 touchdowns.
So the Chieftains going to start with pretty good field position on their first offensive possession. See what they line up in. Look like they're setting a couple of receivers to the right.
Quarterback is number 4, Jake Miller.
Miller hands the ball off.
Pretty nice job that time playing down the line for the Tigers. Really nice job, actually.
It was Chase Burke, the ball carrier.
Chieftains that time motioned into a trips formation trying to get Fort Gibson defense out man, but Tigers got down the line of scrimmage flat and made a nice play.
2 receivers out to the left for Berryhill. Miller back in the gun motion. Draws back to pass. And it's behind him. The intended receiver on the play was Braden Hendricks.
Yeah, Braden Morgan got good pressure on the quarterback that time. Just took that offensive tackle and shoved him right into the backfield, breathing down the neck of the quarterback. Got to get pressure on those guys. That was a nice job on Morgan that time. So, big third down for the Berryhill Chieftains. Tigers need to stop.
That'd be a great way to start this game with a 3-and-out here for the Tigers.
Yep, kind of a pro set look here.
Miller takes a snap, rolls out.
Once again.
Looking to his left, throwing on the run. Has a guy deep, and it's complete. Down by the 25-yard line. Miller finds Jackson Knight for a big pass play on third down.
That time, quarterback did some pretty good footwork back there, gave himself time, and allowed receiver to run really just kind of scot-free right in the middle of that zone. So there's the first big play of the game for the Chieftains.
And Miller's going to be under center for the first time tonight. Hands it off to Burt. Burt shed the tackler. Goes back inside, now down on the 19, 21-yard line.
It looked like Connor Brown and Maurice Ford in on the tackle there for the Tigers. Yeah, you hate to see, man, you get 2 good stops, you get an incomplete pass, and tackle just maybe beyond the line of scrimmage on first down, and then you give up that big play on third down. But you give a quarterback that much time to throw, and he's going to find somebody. He's going to find a soft spot out there. So again, kind of a trip set trying to overload.
And Burke had a hole and hit it.
Yeah, it's pretty shifty. Not a big back, but good feet and good vision. It looks like it's going to be another first down for the Chieftains. Tigers going to have to dig in here, find a way to get a stop.
You know, starting off the drive, they did a really solid drive in those first 3 downs. Ever since Berryhill's been moving the ball at ease.
Yes.
Berg takes a handoff, goes nowhere, met right at the line of scrimmage. Like Carson Austin, the first one there on the tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, Tigers finding themselves in a pretty good hole right off the bat. Yeah, it's a test of wills right here.
It's going to make the 2nd and 9. Miller draws back to pass. Screen pass out to the left. Austin gets a hand on, can't bring the tackle down. Goes about maybe 2 more yards.
Yeah, I think that's
brought down.
Yeah, I think that was Tegan Thornbrew that time. One of those senior leaders out there. Senior's going to have to step up.
Jackson Knight on the reception. You know, Jackson Knight and Chase Burke both have been used in the backfield, more really receivers in that backfield than just your traditional running back.
Yeah, Davis again, like I said, he's very creative. He's a very creative offensive mind. There's quick to the line of scrimmage, and I think caught the Tigers off guard a little bit.
Caught me off guard. I was still looking at the roster.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1st and goal. 1st and goal for the Chieftains. Boy, those big plays, man, they just hurt so much.
Takes some momentum out of you.
Yeah, it does.
Heavy set here for Berryhill. Miller hands it off to Burke. Burke has a tackler again.
He's got good feet and good vision.
What I love right now, the Tigers are flying the ball after that first missed tackle. There's always 5 or 6 defenders right there.
Yeah, Devin Woodworth and Ford again in on the tackle. Trying to kind of see what they're doing up front with those offensive linemen. Pretty good size offensive line for 3A football team. Berryhill's kind of bounced from 2 to 3. I think they may have even been in 4A for a couple of years. I'm not sure. Kind of one of those schools, and boy, there's a.
Miller kept it and threw it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, they made that look a little too easy. Thornbrew's shaking up. That's not a good thing. Hopefully it's just an old. See what he's got.
And he's one of those guys. He's a multi-sport athlete. Every other coach, they're shaking in their shoes when they see their athletes go down.
Yes, they are.
Kick is up, and it splits the uprights. Berryhill answers first 7-0. We'll have more right after this. You've been watching ForGibsonTigers.tv.
Keith Hardware and Supply has been located in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma since 1957. We strive to find solutions to your fix and offer a multitude of quality products and services such as Stihl chainsaws, Yeti coolers, Cub Cadet mowers, case knives, and Big Green Egg grills. In early 2015, Keith Hardware remodeled and added hundreds of new items to better serve their customers. At Keith's Hardware, we're proud supporters of all Fort Gibson school events. Go Tigers!
Hello and welcome back to ForGibsonTigers.tv. If you're just joining us, I'm Hayden Hackworth. Alongside me is Bruce French. As Berryhill just capped off a very long scoring drive, about 60 yards.
Yeah, just some other games of interest tonight. Miami leading Sequoia Tahlequah right now 7-0. McAllister and Proto tied at 0. Sallisaw and Stigler at 0. Those could be 7:30 starts, not sure.
And Rudd's going to field this one. Has some blockers. It's about 35-yard.
It's a nice return. Nice return by Rudd.
And the freshman leading this offense out on the field for the very first time, getting his start.
Yeah, 65 yards from where they want to be.
It looks like both. So Dorn is going to get the starter receiver. As he hands the ball off to Woodworth.
Not a bad job that time by the O-line. Pretty good initial hole. Didn't get anybody that second level. Wagner going to Pryor tonight.
Mahaney, the only one in the backfield, empty set here. Berryhill showing a blitz. Rudd in motion. Ball on the field.
Scary moment. Scary moment. Well, that's one of those negative yardage plays you just hate. They are drive killers. Don't want your freshman quarterback in many 3rd and 9s, I can tell you that. You don't want any quarterback in that shape, but especially a first-time freshman.
Mahaney under center. Draws back to pass. Throws it up to Connor Brown. And he nearly comes down. That's going to be incomplete.
Pretty good toss. Pretty good toss by the freshman.
He put the ball pretty much where only Connor Brown could get it.
That's right. That's right. That's what you got to have. So, boy, now the Tigers, first of all, need a good punt, and they're going to have to find a way to slow this Berryhill offense down.
And the good thing is, while we might be young at quarterback, we have a very experienced kicker there in Zandhazen.
It's true.
Just got it off in time. This one's going to roll.
That's really
nice roll.
Pretty good punt, honestly. No return.
And they're going to mark it right 29.
They're just going to put
pretty much 30, yeah, 30.
Yeah.
And the last drive Berryhill had on the 39 off the pooch kick. So Jake Miller leading this offense back out on the field, looking for more success. Drops back to pass. Throwing the deep ball. Short. He comes down with it. And that's Braden Hendricks. Hendricks has been targeted on both of Berryhill's long passes in the plays.
Yeah, it was actually not bad coverage that time by Brown. For Gibson walking right up, challenging those receivers, playing some press coverage right there.
That was Burke that time on the handoff.
I tell you, Berryhill, maybe I don't know. I guess I'm nitpicky, but they snapped that ball pretty quick. I mean, I'm not sure everybody's set when they snap the ball.
Trips out to the right. Miller looking, scrolls out to his right. He's got Hendricks again, and he finds him. And Jake Miller can't miss in this quarter.
No, he can't. He's on the money. He's on the money. He got behind Connor Brown that time.
Gains down to the 17-yard line of Fort Gibson, first and 10 for the Chiefs.
Berryhill looking like a machine at this point. They are not wasting any time. They're not set. If I'm Coach Wiley, I'm going to have to be yelling at some officials because they did not get set that time.
And there's Laundry on the field.
See what the call is going to be. It's like a lot of discussion.
It's going to be a holding call against Berryhill.
The rule says every player has to be set for one count before the ball is snapped. And that's not always been the case tonight.
Miller drops back to pass, finding Hendricks again over the middle. Hendricks spins out, and he's brought down. A yellow marker on the field again. This one might be coming back. However, Miller and Hendricks are red hot together.
Yes, they are. I don't know, but I thought I saw a lineman down in the vicinity of that catch. At about the time it was made, we'll soon find out.
It's going against Berryhill again. Back-to-back penalties, like you said, drive killers.
Yeah, probably run a little rub, a little screen down there. That's Ron Davis football. I mean, he's good at it. Those are always fine line calls. Receiver probably just made it a little too obvious. Tigers getting a break. Got a couple
first
breaks.
and 35. However, they've got to watch out for Miller and Hendricks. So far, they have not been stopped. Now they have 3 yards to get 35. And again, we're going to have another penalty. This time it's going to be on the Tigers.
They're helping them out now. Tigers in bad need of a turnover on this series, or at least a stop. And they'll have to stop for 4 downs, I can assure you of that.
Miller draws back. There's that screen pass.
Again.
It's Burke. And Brown's going to throw him down to the ground with the help of Maurice Forward. That was number 9, Devin Woodworth.
Yeah. Yeah, those screenplays, man, they're tough. You've got to be disciplined. You have got to be disciplined as a defensive lineman. If you're let go like that, you've got to turn and find football.
Miller drops back to pass. Looking over the middle, and it's just long.
Just out of the reach.
The intended receiver was Dawson James.
Secondary is going to have to get into that back pedal a little quicker. Getting too many receivers behind us tonight. And Berryhill's they've got a crew. They've got a crew of receivers that can get behind you.
Miller just threw it up that time.
That's a nice job that time.
And he led his guy right into it. Big hit.
Yeah, nice job by Dylan Mills, senior.
I think that's the first incompletion between Miller and Hendricks tonight.
I think you're right.
It might have been his first incompletion from the game.
I think you're right.
No, he had that first one, the last play, over the middle. But that was the second one of the game, first one to Hendricks.
Yeah, well timed that time by Mills. Got there just about the time the ball did. So here's big 4th and 18, boy.
Yeah, he made a pretty. I'm not sure how long it was the kick he had last game, but it was no easy.
See, that's movement. Yeah, he's gonna have to make it 5 yards longer.
And they might be bringing the offense back on the field.
I think they are. That might have gone against us actually. Cannot let them out of this hole.
So it's 18 is where we're at. I don't know if they've added the 5 yards to that or not. That'll be 23.
got a timeout, and I think we're probably going to have to add some time back onto the clock.
And this game is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, the Tigers Den, Scott Abbott with Muskogee County Farm Bureau, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center. And the kick is nowhere near. It was
That's
short.
a live ball. I hope we know that's a live ball.
And Woolworth's picking up. He's right on the sideline. He's gonna.
That's huge.
That could have been 6 if you noticed it earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, that's big. That's really big. I'm telling you, that could be a game changer. Have no idea how this game's going to come out, but getting a stop there with 8 of a couple penalties.
And we got the ball, I think, on the 25 to start the last drive, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or no, we might have had it up because it wasn't a touchback. I was thinking we had a touchback for some reason. But so around the 30 or 40-yard line, this is much better field position than what we had.
Much better. And that helps the freshman. Man.
Yeah, it does.
Helps the psyche.
Here he is again. Woodworth in motion. And they're gonna, or they say he started his route.
I think he turned up too soon. Cannot turn toward the line of scrimmage till that ball snapped. That's it's just a mental error.
So last drive, the second play, ball was on the field. Negative yards. Now you start it with a penalty, negative yardage.
You know, 10 yards out there, it doesn't look like very far from up here. But you get down there, and you got 11 guys trying to stop you from going 1 yard. 10 yards is not easy to get. 15 is that much harder. And they did a good job that time being patient. It's a nice look.
Those are too high for Rudd.
And that's okay. He needs to get those shoulder pads turned up, feel a little more. It's just he's a freshman, you know, and here's the thing about it. Every series he's out there, he's going to feel a little more comfortable. So you just, you know, if that's a guy you're going to go with, you just got to be patient with him and grow up with him. And I think he's going to be a good player. I really do.
So it's Woodworth and Rudd in the backfield with Mahaney. Rudd running out to slot now. Woodworth the lone back. And Woodworth's going to be met right at the line. May have lost a yard. Did he get it back?
Might have pushed
through?
forward, yeah, to get, you know, got a little bit beyond the line of scrimmage, not much. So just like you said, Hayden, that penalty, that's why they call them penalties.
And you know, what we haven't seen so far is that traditional power eye tonight.
No, we haven't. I think probably they were suspecting that Berryhill would be stacking on 8 in the box, and they are, for the most part, unless we take them out of it with the boy right now just playing very undisciplined. He's got too many errors going on out there. It's 15 yards and penalties in the first quarter.
So that's going to make his 3rd and 19.
Yeah. I mean, let's face it.
We were from 3rd and 9 to 3rd and 19.
Yeah.
Last drive, 3rd and 9.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a minor miracle to pull off a 3rd and 19.
Swing pass out to Jesse Rudd. Rudd's got the sideline. He's at the 50-yard line. Crosses to the. Looks like he's gonna be right out at the 42.
Yeah, not a first down, but he picked up a lot of that yardage. Give us a chance to punt the Chieftains deep, or maybe not.
And Tegan Thornper on the sideline with his shoulder pads off now.
That's not a good sign.
Seems to be walking fine. Mahaney Empty set. Swing pass out to Woodworth, trying to protect the perimeter.
He's not going to make it.
So it'll be a turnover on downs. Berryhill will take back over. Jake Miller led this offense to the red zone, but it was ended by penalties, which at one point had them, was it 3rd and 30?
Yeah, I think so. So defense is going to be called on again without senior Thornbrew out there.
Miller hands the ball off to Burt. Burt takes out on the right side, tripped up. He's able to get a few more yards.
Yeah.
And they're going to mark him 3 yards shy of the first down. They're going to give him.
Kid's got really good balance. Good feet, good balance.
Brought down by number 11 with the Tigers, Brandon Williams. Second down, 3.
2nd and 3. Miller hands off to Burt.
Nice job that time by the Tigers. Good fill by the linebackers. Look like 51, Anthony Maldonado. Who else is there? Austin.
Brought down number 51, Anthony Maldonado.
Like Carson Austin also in on that tackle.
No gain on the play. 3rd down.
That might be really, I think, the best the defense has looked on that particular play. Just kept the shoulder pad square, working down the line of scrimmage since the first play from scrimmage.
And Miller throws the ball up the middle. He's breaking away. He's at the 10-yard line. He's running for 6. That's number 5, Dawson James. There's a penalty marker on the field. This one might be coming back.
Boy, if it does, Tigers not. No, I think it's going to be waved off.
So the touchdown will stand. Chandler Ragland trying to make it 14. Bad snap, rolling out.
That's a break. That's another break.
Take every point you can get.
That's
or
right.
Stop.
That's right.
So we'll
Another
take a break
for
here.
Tigers.
13-0. You've been watching Fort Gibson Tigers TV.
If you're looking for some local entertainment, look no further than Green Country Lanes, located on South York Street in Muskogee, a prime place for open bowling, birthday parties, and glow bowling. Come on out to Green Country Lanes, where bowling is a sport for those who have talent to spare.
Hello and welcome back to FortGibsonTigers.tv. I'm Hayden Hackworth. Alongside me is Bruce French. The sponsors bringing you this game are Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Tigers Den, La Isla, Mexican Restaurant, Scott Abbott with Muskogee County Farm Bureau, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center.
Tigers, or Gibson Tigers, going to have to find some offense. Just some consistency. Just don't make mistakes, you know? I mean, we've stopped ourselves. Berryhill's good enough. They don't need help.
Ragland to kick. And Rudd's going to receive it again, returns it. Made a defender miss, but the same guy tackled him. And there's more launcher on the field.
Well, it doesn't turn into one of those. Man.
It'd be like the Cleveland Browns game last Sunday.
Oh, wow.
18
How ugly was
penalty
that?
markers.
How ugly. I didn't watch the whole thing, but ugly.
Yeah, I'd turn it off after the first half.
Ugly.
But my Dallas Cowboys play pretty good, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys are pretty good.
I always think that, so I'm biased.
See the Fort Gibson cheerleader crew there with two mascots.
So this time it helped the Tigers. They gained yards from it. So let's see what this offense can do. It's a third time coming out. And he hands off to run to the left side. He's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, too much penetration that time. You cannot. You try to run a misdirection play where you have a play fake and then hand it off. You cannot allow penetration. Just can't have it. Another one of those negative yardage plays.
Second down, 11.
Just need something good to happen for these guys.
Swing pass to Rudd again. It's the third time they've ran that screen, that swing pass.
It's a pretty solid tackle right there.
Coach is on the sideline wanting a late hit.
On the right side. Coming out to the 47-yard line before he's met by number 57. That's Nico.
Chandler Wing coming in the game for the Tigers. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Score is 13-0. Berryhill up on top. We'll be back with more. You've been watching Fort Gibson Tigers TV.
Electrical contractor for all of Oklahoma. We are able to serve our customers with superior craftsmanship and top-notch service. With over 40 employees and a bonding capacity in excess of $6 million, we can handle those larger jobs but are still small enough to provide the personal service our customers have come to expect. For any electrical needs, give us a call at 918-687-7535.
Go see Scott Abbott, your local Farm Bureau agent. Proudly supporting and serving Green Country for 27 years. Call Scott Abbott. Go see Scott Abbott.
Hello and welcome back to Fort Gibson Tigers TV. I'm Hayden Hackworth. Alongside me is Bruce French. Here to start the second quarter, 13-0. Berryhill with the lead, looking to add on to that cushion.
Yeah, this is a pivotal down right here, and I was just getting ready to say.
How about the run?
Didn't make
Pushing
it.
close, and
Late.
another
Well,
penalty
yes.
marker. This one's going to be late. Might have another one, yep.
Oh.
And they're going to call that one on Carson Ladd. You know, on the basketball court, we call that last one a flop.
Yeah, it was a flop. There's no question about it. It was a flop.
Looked like Cooper Austin was pleading his case. Waiting for the call.
I'm going to guess they're offsetting.
I'm hoping, yeah, I'm hoping.
Nope.
Oh my. Just saw a replay, our own personal replay, of the unnecessary roughness on Carson Ladd.
Definitely was a flop.
There's no call. Would you say there's contact?
No, I don't think he touched him. And he certainly didn't push him. It's a nice punt.
And Hendricks is going to field it. Shakes off Woodworth's tackle. He's got the sideline. He's at the 50, crosses back inside. Oh my, he's still on his feet. And he's dragged down to the 30-yard line. Hendricks is having himself a night.
You know, this is reminiscent of what happened last year 2, maybe 3 times. The Chieftains got outside our punt coverage. We lost containment, and they just went down the sideline, and just that's what really busted the game open, to tell you the truth. It was special teams.
So now Berryhill going to take over with great field position. Remember you saying your percentage, that wherever you get the ball on, if you get the ball on the 1 yard line, the negative 1 yard line, you have 99% chance to score.
That's right.
1% chance to score.
That's right.
If you get the ball on the positive, then you have 99% chance to score.
Yeah. And it holds true. It's just true. So I think I saw blocking below.
So this is coming back?
Yeah, it's going.
So this is great. Back. Yeah, this is great then.
There's another break for the Tigers. And
so this drive is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keith Harwood Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, the Tigers Den, and the Isla Mexican Restaurant. Miller takes a snap, swing pass out to the left. It's Burke again. Incredible balance, staying on his feet, just getting 2 or 3 more yards. And you've said it, everyone's seen it. This kid has some great balance, staying on his feet time after time. You think he's going down, but he'll get 3 more yards after.
Yeah, not a big kid at all, but just tough and great balance. You know, how many times you see that in high school football?
They'll drop him back to pass. Pressure coming, hit as he threw it.
Yeah, good pressure that time.
It looks like it was Woodworth getting in.
Yep.
On the quarterback hurry. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. A big 3rd down here for the Tigers defensively. Needing a stop and another penalty marker. Before anything ever happened.
Sideline warning.
Against the Tigers.
There's a low snap.
And James didn't get turned around to see that ball.
Yeah, I don't know if Jackson Purdue was knocked down by the receiver or just slipped, but he was on the ground when the ball was thrown.
Well, this will make up for that unnecessary roughness call earlier. Purdue and Mills are going to drop back here on 4th down.
I suppose that's why Jackson Purdue was on the ground.
Yeah, if Hendricks is a punter, that's dangerous. That kid's an athlete. You never know what he might do.
Oh, he is an athlete. Berryhill's had a long string of athletes for the past couple of decades, actually. Good coverage by the Chieftains. I think the ball was touched. The official spotted it. So, said it twice, maybe 3 times. I'm going to say it again. Tigers got to establish some kind of offense.
And the good thing is, looking at how the game has gone, seeing how well the Berryhills move the ball, you might look at the scoreboard and think it'd be more. So the Tigers are fortunate to still be in this game. It's a 2-possession ball game, 13-0. A drive here, it makes this a ball game, right? It still is.
That's exactly right. Oh, it is a ball game. There's a little counter.
It's Woodworth. He's got the sideline, going to go out right before getting the first. I think he's going to be just 2 or maybe 3 yards shy of that first down.
Yeah, pretty good job that time of not allowing that that trash in the backfield. You can't have it. And got that lead blocker around.
And last week, Woodworth averaged 6 yards per carry. And off right up the middle, he's going to get a first down, first one of the night.
You know, and I don't know, Coach, why they may may have found a kind of a niche there, just kind of running right at them because they are athletic. The Chieftains are athletic. You're not going to run around them. I don't think you're going to trick them. Too well coached. Sometimes you just got to run right at guys.
Been run in motion.
I don't know if they cross the line first. Regardless, you can't react to that as an offensive lineman because 9 times out of 10 they're going to get you. Looks like we're having a convention down there, and they did. Like I say, 9 times out of 10. And I really think Berryhill encroached, but that's why you can't move. So there's what, 3 drives?
Yeah.
3 penalties?
And this is just the first one so far.
Yeah.
But the last 2, we've had multiple.
Yeah.
Run in motion again, looking the same play. Woodworth takes a handoff inside.
Pretty good job that time. Didn't get a lot of help up front, but on
Made
his
something
own.
out of nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. This is huge down. You need about 7 yards on this play to give yourself a realistic chance. Maybe 10 yards.
That's Rudd this time on. They carry ball loose. Then mark him down.
Well, again, 3rd and long, and
3rd and 8. Just on the 49-yard line for the Tigers.
you look at that play sheet, you just don't have a lot of plays for 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9.
Manny rolls out, draws
Oh, that's
back,
a nice
finds
look.
Rudd, puts it right in the breadbasket for him, and he runs out just, it's my mark by the 33-yard line.
I'll tell you, it was a good throw, but what impresses me more is the poise of the freshman quarterback. So many times you'll see young quarterbacks try to outrun that pressure, and he just stayed right in there and allowed his blocker to just kind of screen basically, and got his feet set and threw a nice ball. So that's a pretty grown-up player out there for a 9th grader.
He looked like he was about to escape out of the right, came back to his left in the pocket, just like you said, yeah.
There's that counter again.
That's Rudd, makes a nice move.
So the Tigers putting together some offense here, sorely needed. Found a spot.
That's back-to-back first downs.
And I can tell you, go ahead.
That's 3 first downs this drive, right?
I think you're right.
And that we hadn't had one before this drive.
I think you're right. I can tell you what those Berryhill coaches are thinking. You know, we've had a chance to put this game away, and we've let them hang around. Now they're driving the ball. And if Fort Gibson can stick one in, that puts a lot of pressure on Berryhill.
Little pitch play out
Yeah,
to
just a
Rudd.
little
Rudd
pitch.
shifts back inside.
Yeah, it didn't fool many folks that time. 57. What's the name on that guy? He's a football player.
That's Nico Lopez. He had double-digit tackles last week in their
Yeah,
first game.
He's a good football. He's a war daddy. I'm telling you, he's a good football player. He's got the size to go play.
Yeah, there was a small hole open there for a little while, and it didn't last very long.
No, Lopez, I'm going to guess he's a wrestler. I mean, he likes to tackle up high and just kind of body slam you.
One of the many seniors on this Berryhill team.